If you are a history buff, an artist, an adventurer, a ghost hunter, a solo traveler, and a seeker of epic views, this is the video for you. The rumor this entire town is built on death. Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm a certified and certifiable traveling Pilates instructor. Today, we're in Jerome, just 45 minutes from beautiful Sedona, Arizona. This is one of the wildest, wickedest towns of the West. Let's go explore what Jerome has to offer and see if anything is actually haunted. Welcome to Passport to Pilates. Jerome sits 5,000 feet above sea level on Cleopatra Hill on Arizona's Verde Valley. At its peak in the early 1900s, it was home to 15,000 residents, miners, merchants, brothels, and bars. They called it the wickedest town in the West. Then the copper ran out by 1953 and Jerome was officially declared a ghost town, population 50. But Jerome refused to die. The drive up to Jerome is an adventure in itself. A two-lane, twisted, narrow street that just keeps getting higher. If you're afraid of heights, this might not be the town for you. 450 people call Jerome home. Some were born here, others came to share their art. The rest are weirdos like me. Gotta have a witch hat in haunted Jerome. People who looked at abandoned copper mining town on the side of a mountain and said, yeah, this is my vibe. I respect it completely. So I just blend in. This is me blending in. Nellie Bly is named after the famous investigative journalist who went around the world in 72 days in 1889. Let's check it out.
Welcome to Nellie Bly. We are the largest collection of kaleidoscopes in the entire world.
So the largest collection of kaleidoscopes in the world. And we can play with all of them. Malia said so. Which is exactly the kind of thing you find in Jerome. Unexpected, colorful, and completely magical. Wow, it's really catching it on camera well. During the mining boom in the 1920s, the Connor Hotel thrived as one of the finest accommodations in the West for $1 a night. Today, the hotel is widely considered one of the most haunted places in Arizona for $145 a night. Definitely make a stop into the Mine Museum for the history of Jerome for only $2 and an awesome souvenir. Jerome is full of little shops with artisans, local artisans. A lot of their things are made with the local copper, like beautiful jewelry. I got this bracelet here. This is the Clinkscale, a beautiful restaurant and boutique hotel built in 1899 right after a fire burned Jerome to the ground the year before. It became one of the first places east of San Francisco to sell Levi's jeans. Fun fact, did you know Levi's was originally made for miners? A tailor named Jacob Davis invented the riveted denim pant specifically for men working the mines. Ooh, all my favorite things. Mushrooms and crystals. There's so many crystal stores. Makes me go crazy. The lavish Bartlett Hotel, once a wooden structure built in 1895 as the first two-story building in town. In 1898, it was burned to the ground. The hotel was rebuilt in brick and survived for 2 decades, but that didn't matter. It was taken again by the landslides of Jerome and abandoned in the 1940s. Very unsettling garden. Bedtime at the Bartlett Hotel. It looks like the first reformer to me. Angel numbers all day. I'm already sweating. It is 90 degrees by 11 a.m. in Arizona right now. Let's go up to the Haunted Hamburger for a drink. The Haunted Hamburger, aka the Jerome Palace, has been feeding people on this hill since 1994. Voted the #1 best burger restaurant in Arizona, it sits above everything. Above the tourists, above the noise, above the whole Verde Valley. And here's the Haunted Hamburger. This is the view from the Haunted Hamburger. Say hi, guys.
Hi, my name's Maisie up at the Haunted Hamburger here in Jerome, Arizona. Shout out to Snotty Pilates for coming in, getting a local craft beer. It's always so hard. I don't know how the news anchors do it. They have teleprompters though, so they're cheaters. They're cheaters. Okay. Check us out. Our gorgeous view, our #1 burgers in the state of Arizona, 5 years in a row.
Burger.
Hey, nice to meet you, Snotty.
That guy rode his motorcycle all the way from Minnesota just to see this view. And what a view it is. Ah! Whoever haunts the Haunted Hamburger is somewhat friendly. According to U.S. Ghost Adventures, they started to return hammers, although the tools started showing up in bizarre locations. On the other hand, one unseen spirit slammed a door in one of the owner's faces, nearly breaking his nose. The building had no draft since all the windows were covered in heavy plastic. So, was it a ghost? Try out the Haunted Hamburger, go see Maisie. She's the best. Wicked City Pub. I went inside there last time I was here, and I walked right back out. Stinky, dark, severely haunted. I guess they didn't feel it was necessary to spell the whole town out. Just one J is all they need. So far, the history I've learned about Jerome, I think it's absolutely true. This place is old. There were a lot of deaths. Speaking of, now we'll make our way up to the highest point of Jerome, to the Grand Hotel. Originally built in 1926 as the United Verda Hospital. They say there were over 9,000 deaths here, mostly minors. Some of them never left. It now claims to be the most haunted hotel in the country. We had at least one death a day, but also one birth a day. Let's talk about instant reincarnation. We've got the surgeon's house, B&B, because a surgeon lived there. Whew, I'm out of breath. I'm gonna keep continuing to climb to the top. It's a little windy now, don't want to lose my witch hat. Check out that view. Let's go in. Inside the Jerome Grand Hotel sits a restaurant called The Asylum, which is either the most on-brand name in Arizona or the most uncomfortable one. Known for award-winning food, spectacular views of the Verda Valley, and allegedly a few permanent guests who never ordered anything. If you're not getting the Shining vibes, you haven't watched enough horror movies. Ooh. So I didn't bother anybody in there. No one seemed to want to interact with me much. They did tell me that the people at Asylum are a little weird. Could be that they work in a freaking haunted hotel. They really don't like when people come in and keep asking about the haunts. That would be fun for me. Slug bug. Jerome was a lawless town of wild women and hard-drinking men, a place where bordellos, saloons, and dance halls lined the streets, and wages were wasted in wicked pursuits. Sounds like my kind of place. Western miners were saved from plight by a warm smile and touch from ladies of the night. Some balance restored, men's passions freed, like cool water in the desert, a fantasy, and me. In 1899, a town built from matchsticks sparked into an inferno that practically blew Jerome off the map.
No, it was known as the wickedest town in the West. So, I mean, there was a lot of stuff going on. Right. Well, my name's Chris Altier. We're here in the Liberty Theater in Jerome, Arizona. This building was built in 1918. So this here was the main floor. It's all a gift store now. So the screen was here in the front, and everybody sitting in here would be looking straight on, and you could also go up to the balcony and be looking down. This is one of the attractions, I think, here in Jerome, and a lot of people come through and go upstairs and they feel strange things. So yeah, if we want to walk around, we can take a little tour, undo the rope here, and see what you find.
I absolutely want to go upstairs.
Now we've had people come up and then come right back down because they said they can't go up there. You know, it felt heavy, or there was a vibe that they didn't like. And I hear noises and stuff, you know, while I'm downstairs working in the store, and I know nobody's up here, you know, but you hear footsteps, you know, somebody walking around or talking. And before the theater was here, there was a bar, and it burned up in one of the big fires that almost took out the whole city. You know, so who knows what happened on this plot, you know, before the theater was built. The story I heard was they used to like almost cremate the bodies, you know, in the smelter and stuff that they used to smelt down the ore, and that's how they would get the copper and the gold and stuff out of the ore. And so there was just too many people passing away. You know, what do you do with all the bodies? They had ran out of room.
Fun fact, in 1918, while everyone else in the world was dying from the Great Spanish Flu, Joe Pilates was keeping people alive across the world while everyone else was dying. Could it be Pilates saves people's lives?
Not gonna lie, my heart is beating kind of hard.
In response to the pandemic, officials enforced strict lockdowns, banning all social events, dance parties, and fairs. People were required to wrap gauze around their faces. Sound familiar? The Liberty Theater didn't see its grand opening for another 2 years, and when talkies or sound movies came out, the owner boarded up his silent theater and left it almost entirely untouched for roughly 75 years, leaving the upstairs as a perfect historic time capsule. Okay, well, my heart was beating out of my chest the whole time I was in there. Not that I was afraid, I just felt freaking anxious. Let's move on. So far, everyone's really nice. They all want to be a part of the Jerome video. I can't blame them, wouldn't you? Challenge accepted. A travel game any wild, fiery Sagittarius or otherwise should get. Go to a bar and ask the bartender for the juiciest piece of gossip in town. The Spirits Bar. Let's see if they'll play. Okay, Kirk didn't want to spill the juice. He said the town is too small. But he's sending me to Paul and Jerry's saloon to talk to Eric. Let's see if Eric will give us the scoop. Hello.
How are you?
I'm great. Are you Eric?
I am.
Rejected again. Let's head to the old gold mining ghost town. It's hot AF. I don't want to walk the whole way. Pilates or not. Well, I got a parking ticket for the first time in 20 years. In 1890, the Haynes Copper Company dug a 1,270-foot shaft into this hill looking for copper. They found gold instead. The small mining camp that grew here eventually closed in 1922 when the vein dried up, leaving it abandoned for 60 years. It is 2:22 o'clock right now. Angel numbers all day long. Ghost Town Gift Shop. Shoplifters will be merrily beaten to a bloody pulp. Today, the Gold King Mine Ghost Town is home to over 180 vintage cars, trucks, and motorcycles, a working sawmill, a petting zoo, and an authentic 1901 blacksmith shop. Go meet the blacksmith. So that's what I'm going to do. Quite a junkyard. And that blacksmith shop, that's where I finally got my answers.
Hey, what are you doing? I'm in here.
On this site in 1897, nothing happened. My lips are drying out. Glorified junkyard. Oh, well, hello. you want to tell me about the town's juicy gossip? Okay, really not sure if I'm going the right way. Don't want to get lost out here. And the hills have eyes. Pigs and roosters. The original mine shaft. Sunk in 1890 by the Haynes Copper Mining Company. 1,270 feet deep, the shaft was closed in 1914 due to extreme flooding. Well, in 1914 is when the plague started. Coffins for sale. One size fits all. How convenient. Visiting old towns like this really makes me grateful for what we have right now. People used to do laundry with these things. Yikes. I hope no one's hiding out here because I punch first and scream later. I hope you all can appreciate that I'm out here, utterly alone, searching this rubble for a blacksmith. I wanted the real Jerome, the stuff that's not elaborated on ghost tours. Being rejected by 2 bartenders is not something I'm used to. They both said no, which is probably the most Jerome thing that could have happened. I'm very grateful for this hat. Oh, we have bunnies. Not sure I'm going the right way, but of course I'm not looking at the map either. I feel like I went the wrong way. I don't see a blacksmith. I think you would hear a blacksmith. Well, that looks inviting. I see a sign for lubrication. It says enter here, so I better follow the rules. Oh, there's the blacksmith. Is there a blacksmith here? So we're over here with William, the blacksmith, and he's got the juiciest gossip in town.
So in the 1960s in Chicago, underground newspaper reported or wrote a story about Jerome, Bisbee, and a few other towns that were deserted but incorporated. That was the important part. And they said if enough hippies or free-spirited locals moved into these towns, they could elect their own town government, which would hire the police department, which would basically form their own little utopia. In the 80s, there was a major drug bust in Jerome. The chief of police, who was also the fire chief, the mayor, the comptroller, and several members of the town council and other people were busted on drug charges. So that's exactly what happened. That's why it's, excuse the expression, an artsy-fartsy little town.
Because a bunch of hippies moved in. The blacksmith didn't give me gossip. He gave me something better. He gave me Jerome's whole story in 10 minutes. A town so out of control they incorporated just to survive. A corrupt mayor and a calculated invitation to the counterculture that accidentally turned a dying mining town into one of Arizona's most visited art colonies. Jerome didn't just get saved. Jerome saved itself. Add Jerome to your Sedona trip, even if you're going alone. Especially if you're going alone.